Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Jackie and I'm hosting Hot Wings Challenge inspired by the infamous YouTube show Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. I'm joined today by our guest of honor, Mickey. You might know him better as the Virtual Sherpa from his hiking website, thevirtualsherpa.com, or his YouTube channel if you're here, probably. Make sure you click the link below to subscribe and not miss out on any of his future hiking videos.
Thanks. I'm really excited for this. I'm a huge fan of Hot Ones and looking forward to seeing what the hype is about, and just wanted to say thanks for watching and appreciate Jackie for organizing this. I'm really excited.
For everybody watching at home who might not be familiar, we're going to have 8 questions and 8 wings, and the wings increase in Scoville, which is how you measure the heat of the hot sauce. And to put it in perspective, sriracha is about 2,000, and we're going to end right here at 2 million plus. So
Hot Ones last stab.
Sauce Bay, Scoville 2,500.
Oh yeah. Pretty good. I'm just going to say real quick, I'm going to be drinking water because I choke all the time, so it has nothing to do with the heat. I'll be very clear when it's hot. That one's pretty good.
Some of your subscribers may not know this, but you're not a hashtag native to Colorado. You originally hail from New Hampshire. What brought you out to Colorado originally? What do you like most about living here, and what do you miss most about living in New England?
What brought me out here is I'm, like you said, from New Hampshire, and what I grew up with was a lot of hiking and camping, and went to school in Chicago, and so I wanted to get as far away from that after a while as possible. I love Chicago, but just needed to get back to kind of the mountains, and the opportunity came to move here. And yeah, I love everything Colorado has to offer. I always say it's like New Hampshire on steroids, so that's kind of what brought me here, to get back to my roots, but also to experience something different.
And what do you love most about living here?
Oh man, I mean, every season is just different. It's I used to love just snowboarding and hiking, and now I'm kind of getting into other things like rock climbing and colors in the spring, and triathlons, which I do all time of year it seems like now, but just every season's different.
And what, if anything, do you miss about New Hampshire or New England?
Seafood, definitely. We have a pretty okay scene of food here in Colorado, but it's nothing like the seafood back home, and I think that's what I miss the most. And then fall is a season. I know it's controversial to say, but a lot of people here are leaf peepers, as they call them, with the golden leaves, and those are nice, but I think the foliage back in New England is a bit better, and pumpkin apple season is kind of untouchable.
Shaquanda's hot pepper sauce, Scoville 10,100. All right, so the people want to know, how did you get into hiking, and what was the biggest step moving from those beginner hikes, easier 14ers, into the more technical hikes?
Oh man, hiking has been, I did Boy Scouts when I was little, so and Cub Scouts before that, so I was always kind of hiking growing up, and it's just something I've always enjoyed, being outside. I just feel like it's kind of a spot where I'm super comfortable and can kind of relax from whatever's going on in normal life. In terms of like progressing, honestly, I think a lot of it happened just by being young and stupid and not knowing any better. So like when I was young, a lot of the White Mountains, we just kind of like pick the hardest routes and go for it. And I think without realizing it at the time, that gave me experience with higher class hikes and exposure, words I didn't even know what they meant at the time, and now I think it's kind of second nature. So moving out here and being able to find things that I think I felt comfortable at the time, and kind of working my way up through the 14ers. I have 2 left as of this filming, and I think my goal was kind of just start with the easier ones and just go up from there. And when I got to class 3, I kind of realized like I've already done this before. I didn't really know what the word meant at the time. So yeah, that's kind of how things progressed.
Do you have any advice for someone looking to make that transition?
Yeah, definitely just become comfortable with small sections of it. So if you can find something on like a normal hike, for us, like Three Sisters is a pretty good hike around here where you can get on some rocks and just scramble and get comfortable in low risk situations. And kind of go from there. Or once you're kind of comfortable with that, or if you can't do that, just find hikes that have like small sections of a higher class or more exposure, and you can kind of test your comfort level and not be too at risk for getting in danger.
Year of the dog, Scoville 29,800.
So we're eating boneless wings. It's my favorite, and I also just didn't want to touch the wings, so that's kind of why we're doing it that way. Good.
All right, so you run the virtualsherpa.com. Why did you start the website?
I started the website because I felt like there was a gap in the market of hiking. Like there's all these sites that offer various things, and I felt like I could do it better. So I started the website first and just kind of put my experience in one spot. So I tried to get like, if I didn't know anything about this hike, everything I needed to know, and just kind of started it like that. I enjoyed writing. I was a journalism minor in college, or maybe like 2 credits away. I don't really know officially what it was, but I like to write, and so I thought it was cool to be able to recap my experience and remember it for myself. It's kind of like how I do Yelp in a similar way, where I'll write things just so if I go back to a restaurant, I know it's good. It's not necessarily like for others to read on Yelp, but it's just for myself, and I thought the website would be helpful for others to kind of have everything in one spot, basically.
So out of all the hikes you have on your website, what would you say your top 3 are?
Shit. Top 3. That is a really hard question. I think I really enjoy things that are ridge lines. So while they scared me at the time, the Crestone Traverse, Maroon Bells Traverse were really fun. It's like a perfect definition of like class 2 or type 2 fun, where in the moment, or type 3 even, in the moment it sucks, you look back, it was awesome. So those were definitely fun. Recently we went over to Moab, which I really didn't enjoy as a spot overall, but we found a hike that was a bit off the beaten path there that was really fun. Professor Creek, that was cool. And then
What did you like about that one?
Just unique. Like in Colorado, we don't have that kind of hiking here. We don't have a lot of canyons or canyoneering, walking with a river and ending in a waterfall. It's usually mountains and above tree lines and things like that. So it was cool to do something a bit different. And then 3, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could lump in anything with a waterfall, really. I like to take long exposure shots with my camera. So I think it's cool to have anything that really has to do with that. So some of them, like in New Hampshire, Lincoln Falls, so Mount Lincoln, Lafayette was a really fun one. I also enjoy like the Fly, which is in the Gore Range, and there's not really a technical trail on that. It's like a 12,000 foot peak, but I like exploring. I feel like there's a lot of hikes where the trail is so defined and so definite. I like kind of being able to venture off and choose your own trail too. So I know that's not a great answer, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Hellfire Detroit, Scoville 66,000.
I think I'm going to start with a half on this one and then go from there.
We're getting hotter.
A little bit of heat, yeah, not bad. It's also like when you drink a bunch of beer together, it's just everything meshes together. So you're building like the base heat with the first one, and then you don't even really know what's going on. So far, everything that we've had, I would enjoy on like a taco or pizza. I'm already going back for the second one, so.
So, as much as I know you would love for it to be, hiking's not your full-time job yet. If anybody knows how to make that happen, reach out to him. What other hobbies do you have? Is there anything outside of hiking that people who know you from the internet might be surprised to find out about you?
Ooh. Oh man, I'm definitely just got that on the backside a bit. I have like too many hobbies. So hiking is obviously a hobby, a passion. I like to rock climb. I am terrible at it, but it's something I enjoy doing because I think it pushes me out of my comfort zone more than anything. Photography, I'm really big into triathlons right now, so training for something in November, and I've run a handful of marathons, so it's like I always just try to stay busy. Outside of that, I really enjoy beer. If you saw my basement, you'd probably cry because there's just way too much down there. I don't know if you can consider drinking beer a hobby, but maybe that's called alcoholism. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I love to snowboard too, and so when the winter season comes around, I know there's definitely that is sneaking up on me. Holy hell, the more I talk. I love snowboard though. That's a huge one for sure.
Do you have a favorite place to snowboard?
Yeah, Steamboat in Colorado. I really love. We went down to Telluride for the first time last year, and that was solid too. But Steamboat and Copper are kind of like my go-tos.
Trinidad Scorpion, Scoville 104,000.
I'm definitely taking. Let's see, Trinidad Scorpion. What do we got in here? Gluten-free and vegan. Yeah, no kidding. Cider vinegar, sugar, scorpion, chilies, red pepper, salt. I think the vinegar makes it worse, right?
I don't know. I feel like the Hellfire Detroit's pretty bad because it's got those habanero seeds just all over it hanging out.
Yeah. Whew. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I don't even see anything.
Well, you're gonna need them for this next round of questions. There's a recurring segment on the show called Explain That Gram, so I did a deep dive into your Instagram to pull interesting pictures that need more context. So people who know you as the virtual Sherpa probably recognize you by your big beard and your hiking clothes, but you have a more diverse fashion history. And the theme of the day is virtual Sherpa fashion. So first up,
Can't wait to see these.
we have this picture circa 2012 pre-beard. What do you got going on there?
Oh, so this is. I'm dying inside. This is the finish of the Chicago Marathon in 2012, I think. 11, something like that. It's my first marathon. Way overdressed. Didn't have the beard, so not a great look for me. But yeah, awesome race. I love the Chicago Marathon.
Even further back, I think this is circa late 90s, early 2000s. Pretty sweet ensemble there. Want to tell us more about that one?
Oh man, yeah, sweet matching uniform. This was my family. So I grew up in southern New Hampshire, but I was a Lakers fan for some reason for like a couple of years. So I think this was actually a custom jersey with like my last name on the back, and the shorts fit great, obviously. But I think the real thing you need to look at is my sister in this photo, who is just as dramatic as she is today. Shout out Caitlin. But yeah, jerseys. But I was like wearing jerseys like this before the rappers were in the videos. I think I inspired them from southern New Hampshire.
Still a Lakers fan to this day?
Hell no. I don't know what was going on with that. Oh yeah, so this was like one of my earlier snowboard outfits. I grew up skiing. So when I first got my snowboard outfits, I was wearing all white, which obviously if anyone with a brain kind of understands when you're on snow with all white, not a great idea. No one can see you when you sit down. So the pants were huge, but the sweatshirt was actually nice because I got rid of that all white look. This was at Beaver Creek, if I remember correctly. And it was one of those times where I was like, oh man, I need to live out here. Because just the snowboarding here was so much better than back in New Hampshire. But yeah, these pants were far too big. And the no helmet, I'm sure I'd get some shit from the other side of the table today about that.
All right, and last up, just a couple summers ago, 2017, nice one piece.
Oh yeah. Well, this is a finish after my first half Ironman. And what's funny about this is I was wearing a tri-suit, which for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like a one-piece skin tight kind of deal that dries out quickly, so you can wear it in all three facets of the triathlon. And I don't think I was confident enough about wearing it, so I popped on shorts for the run. So you can see that it just looks ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, one of those things where, what are you gonna do? You just gotta be comfortable in your body, and I think now when I run these, I'm fine with it, but at the time it was just something, and the basketball shorts too, which is just hilarious. That's always something pretty funny. So I'm sure I was getting some chuckles on the course, but hey, you do what you gotta do.
The Bomb, Beyond Insanity, Scoville 135,600. You ready for this next one?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about the bomb, and it's usually the one on Hot Ones that screws everybody up. So let's get into it. I've been trying to go halvesies. What sucks right now is I'm starving, so I've been eating probably, like I wanted to clean this last one, and I probably will inevitably, but I'm trying to start conservative. Ooh, pretty bitter.
Oh.
Not great. Not great. I feel like, let's take another bite of this one. Being stubborn now.
All right. Today is your 30th birthday. Happy birthday.
Woo!
What is your biggest accomplishment in the past 30 years, and where do you see yourself going in the next 30?
Wow, that's hot. Oh, Christ. I shouldn't have eaten that whole one. Not the best idea. What was your question? 30 years. I'll be really old. I'm 60. My body's already breaking down now. So hopefully it doesn't continue to do that. Wow, that's hot. That is hot.
Worst part is like, it's really hot and it also tastes disgusting.
I should not have eaten that whole one. Woo! Holy shit. Yeah, breathing's not great. Alright. What was your question?
Biggest accomplishment in your first 30 years and where you want to be in the next 30?
Does it go away? That's so fucking hot. If it was acceptable to talk with your mouth full of water, I'd be answering a question like that right now. That's flaming hot. I should not have cleaned that.
Hurts when you breathe.
Oh man, I don't know. Biggest accomplishment in my life? I have no idea. Hopefully it's not to come yet. I'm proud of the family I've built, the house, the website, YouTube, marathons. Holy shit, that's hot. Where do I want to be in 30 years? I don't know, doing something I really love, happy, and whatever that means to me. Maybe trying not to get happiness by achievements, but just be overall happy. I don't feel like that's where I'm at right now. So
The good news is, nothing's as bad as that one.
oh shit. And if you watch my videos, you know I swear, so sorry about that. But holy hell. Woo! Alright, let's do it.
Chocolate Plague, Scoville 690,000.
Chocolate plague. I always say the world needs a good plague. Cheers.
All right, some of your Instagram followers submitted their burning questions, and I compiled a few of them for a rapid fire round.
Alright, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
What's your favorite beer?
Anything from Treehouse or Outer Range. Love them both.
Who's your favorite person in Chicago?
Huh. Oh. I used to love Kanye West. He's gone batshit crazy. He's not even really from Chicago. I don't know, you.
When was the last time you slept past 6 a.m.?
Christ. I mean, honestly, all the time. Weekends, I'm up pretty early. typically, but with you getting up pretty early for work, and just I love to be by myself on the trails. It's been a while, but I usually sleep in till 7 when I'm sleeping in late.
What's the most scary you've ever been on a 14er?
Oh my god. I don't know what's happening right now. I gotta type some Tums. I'm gonna be paying for this tomorrow. On a 14er, most scared, definitely two things. So there's a one move on Moon Bells Traverse that super exposed, and if you fall, you're dead. And it was pretty scary. And then when I was with Juno, speaking of thunder, we got stuck on top of Mount Shivano. First weekend we had her. I was by myself, and a lightning storm rolled out of nowhere. We had to hunker down. That was really scary. There's striking the mountain next to us, but yeah, legit just rolled up out of nowhere.
How does your spouse react when you show something dangerous you're doing? This is not my question, by the way.
She hates it. I use the InReach, that helps a lot, so she knows where I am, but usually I get home from stuff that's typically scary, and I just don't tell her about it. It just goes over better that way.
I feel like the InReach has been a key player.
Yeah,
in
just
this
having that
community.
lifeline is nice.
You're
That's
right.
finally dying down. Holy God.
The Last Dab, Scoville 2 million plus. So it's tradition to add an extra dab of hot sauce to the last wing. It's called Last Dab. You don't have to, no pressure.
Obviously I'm going to. Chocolate does nothing, by the way. What's a healthy one? For the people at home. I just touched it with my hand. Damn it. Cheers.
Much like this progression of wings today, I imagine there's times on the mountains where you just want to quit and give up. What inspires you to keep moving when you feel like that?
I'm waiting for that one to hit. I'm just a really stubborn person. I think I just adjusted my glasses and I'm not even wearing them. I think that you need to be stubborn and persistent, and I think that's kind of a couple of my strengths. So what inspires me to keep going are that. There's times where honestly I think of how much I'd have to do an approach again, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, so I'd rather just knock it out. And yeah, just I think that quitting is easy sometimes, and it's easier to do it. But I know that in retrospect, things that appear hard in the moment are much easier. When you look back on them and you're glad that you did it. So I think just being stubborn, big stubborn ass, really.
Well, congratulations, 8 wings up, 8 wings down, and also congratulations to me, hater of all things spicy.
Yeah,
I don't know if I was gonna make it on that without bailing. Nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you, my friend. Look at this camera or this camera and let the people know what you have going on.
So yeah, this video is being released for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you very much for all of you that subscribe. If you don't, please subscribe below. This channel is just really special to me, and I can't wait to keep creating content for you guys. Thank you to Jackie for organizing this, and
Thanks to everyone who submitted questions.
yeah, thanks to you guys for submitting questions. Hopefully this was somewhat entertaining or enjoyable. I'll give a kind of a quick 2 cents about this. With I know hot ones, you don't usually talk about it, but I thought this was really interesting. The first 4, maybe 5 were really enjoyable, and hot ones. The sauce here was nice. It was sweet. I ate the whole bit with the dab on it. It's definitely hot, but the bomb, without question, just fucks you up. It's just like death hot. It's really bad. But yeah, if you like spicy foods, this is a cool thing to do. I definitely recommend it. If you like hiking, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thanks again. Maybe in the future, we'll try to do something similar to this and answer more of your questions. So keep submitting them in the comments below. And yeah, I'll let you wrap this one up, Jack.
You can follow along live on Instagram, handle @thevirtualsherpa. Thanks, guys.
See you next time.